Um, did it work? Okay, there. I am going to read to you Shalom, and may the Lord bless you. I hope that you're having a wonderful day, night, or evening. It is nighttime here, and I am here because I want to put out this message I heard on the radio today, and I feel that it is dire, um, as I have been one to witness the end of the world, and it is terrible. And the screams, and the shouts, and the terror that I heard was not something that is great. So there is something that you should know about is that in the end of the world there are these angels that are um, in the Euphrates that will be unchained and released um, onto the earth. So I feel that it is necessary that I read this to you and ask that you please consider getting saved. Please get saved. Please. Um, so, the parable of the prodigal son, as you can see, is in Luke 15:11-32. Um, it says, and he said, please read it with me. And he said, there was a man who had two sons. And the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the share of property that is coming to me. And he divided his property between them. Not many days later, the younger son gathered all he had and took a journey into a far country. And there he squandered his property in reckless living. And when he had spent everything, a severe famine arose in that country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to one of the citizens of the country, who sent him into his fields to feed pigs. And he was longing to be fed with the pods that the pigs ate, and no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, How many of my father's hired servants have more than enough bread, but I perish here with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me as one of your hired servants. And he arose and came to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and felt compassion and ran to embrace him and kissed him. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, Bring quickly the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet, and bring the fattened calf and kill it, and let us eat and celebrate. For this is my son. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to celebrate. Now, his older son was in the field, and as he came and drew near to the house, he heard music and dancing. And he called one of the servants and asked what these things meant. And he said to him, Your brother has come, and your father has killed the fattened calf, because he has received him back safe and sound. But he was angry and refused to go in. His father came out and entreated him. But he answered his father, Look, these many years I have served you, and I never disobeyed your command. Yet you never gave me a young goat, that I might celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours came, who has devoured your property with prostitutes, you killed a fattened calf for him. And he said to him, Son, you are always with me, and all that is mine is yours. It was fitting to celebrate and be glad. For this, your brother was dead and is alive. He was lost and is found. See, I have that. Then I have this. So, Romans 10:8 through 10. This is the complete Jewish version on BibleGateway.com. You can pick any version. But what then does it say? The word is near you, in your mouth and in your heart. That is, the word about trust which we proclaim, namely, that if you acknowledge publicly with your mouth that Yeshua is Lord, and trust in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be delivered. For with the heart one goes on trusting, and thus continues toward righteousness, while with the mouth one keeps on making public acknowledgments, and thus continues towards deliverance. If we move here, and I move down to something that's a little bit more easier to understand, I'll go down to the New International Version, and it says, but what does it say? The word is near you. It is in your mouth and in your heart. That is the message concerning faith we proclaim. If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Simply put, for it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you profess your faith and are saved. All around you, if you haven't noticed, there have been godless people here. I believe I pointed this out before, that in the last days there will come times of difficulty, for people will be lovers of self, lovers of money, proud, arrogant, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, unappeasable, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not loving good, treacherous, reckless, swollen with conceit, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having the appearance of godliness but denying its power. And of course, avoid such people. So with that in mind, and you seeing it everywhere, wouldn't that mean that the Word, the Bible, lines up with today? There's no denying it. The Word is truth, and Yeshua is the Word, the way, the truth, and the life. It would be wise to behoove you to be saved. Heaven is at hand, and time is slight, small. I tell you, I beg of you, please get saved. Life is dangerous, and it's going to get worse. And upon the calling away, when all of us are gone, I hope that you're with me. I hope you're in heaven with us. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May he turn his face towards you and give you shalom.